Hey my loves, welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna be showing you all how I made a very beautiful hairstyle on my princess for her graduation. I know this video is coming really late, but don't worry, not to worry. This hairstyle can be used for multiple things like holidays, especially now that the kids are on holidays, for any event basically. This is one hairstyle that doesn't take time. It can be made in 30 minutes. Yes, you heard that right. As a matter of fact, I styled this hair on my daughter in 30 minutes, or let's say a little over 30 minutes, just a little over 30 minutes. And that was because it wasn't planned. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a backstory of how I landed this hairstyle. The first mistake that was made was that I got the date of the graduation wrong. The date I thought was the graduation happened to be, farther than the actual date. Okay, I was planning towards the far date, not knowing that the day was around the corner. I got to realize the night before. I was just, I was about to sleep. I was ready to put my phone down so I could go to bed. And then I just remembered, oh, there's this message that was sent to me on WhatsApp. I decided to go check it out. And that was when I noticed that the graduation was the next day. Like my daughter's graduation was the next day, and I had no idea. Oh my god, I was so furious. I started rushing, and the thought came to me to start taking out her hair that night because she still had her hairstyle on. Mini tweets for that matter. You guys know how tiny and how difficult that hairstyle can be when it comes to taking it out. Baby girl was already sleeping, but I had no choice. I had to do what I gotta do. After about 2 hours or thereabouts, I was done. The next day, washed it, and we began this hairstyle. And at this point, it was all about time management because we had less than 2 hours to get ready and leave home. I'm talking about taking her shower, doing all of those things, even getting myself ready, including her brother, everyone else. Yeah, we had to do all of that in less than 2 hours. So hairstyle had to be 30 minutes or nothing. Well, I spent a total of 36 minutes. Anyways, this is the extension that I'm using. It is called Crave or Crave, whatever. You can get it in your local market, especially if you're in Nigeria. I think I bought it for 35,000 naira or thereabout. It is a fiber hair, not human hair. Okay. So I am doing so in you need needle and thread for this part. It's usually not difficult, but you have to be very careful so you don't puncture your kid or even anyone's hair, anyone's scalp with a needle. Nobody likes that experience at all, so you just have to be really careful. Yeah, just watch through this process and I'll be right back. So now that we are done with the sewing part, it's time to move over to the front. Okay, I would like to point out that the reason I decided to settle for this style was because we're actually told to make ponytail hairstyles like packing gel for the kids for their graduation. And for me, as the extra mama that I am, I cannot do packing gel. I cannot. I decided to be extra because I am extra. I decided to do half down, half up. That is like sewing down and then packing it up. And by the way, Adobe says not like that very long. Like I don't want to strain her edges and anything like that. So I had to do something very intentional, if that makes sense. So her hair is very thick, as you guys can see. I just had to brush everything in, had to be careful. I was not trying to be overly like dragging her hair over too much. I mean, I don't intend her keeping the hairstyle overnight. You can, okay, you can, but because I am very intentional when it comes to her hairline, I don't usually like straining her hair. I'm always careful with the hairstyles I make her. So I know one thing about packing gel is that it's gonna pull your hair. Like it's almost pulling your brain to the middle. And I didn't want that for my daughter. Okay, being the fact that we'll apply, like you guys saw how I brushed everything in and I had to put it into a bun. Usually bun is not really funny, especially when it's a tight one. So I you just have to be very careful. So one mistake I made was after I braided out that ponytail, I should have bent it over, like folded it over, like tie it together. I don't know if you guys understand. Like that thing that I braided out there, I should have like turned it over, bent it, like creating something like a knot there. I should have done it with that instead of just leaving it straight up like that. I shouldn't have done that. So take note if you ever want to try out this hairstyle. And I just went ahead, took one of the extensions, started wrapping it around. You don't need needle for this. A lot of people, a lot of hairstylists would decide to go in with needle, start sewing and sewing. I don't need that. Like I said, I had no intention that she'll have to keep the hair overnight, go to bed with it. And the good thing is, let me even shock you, your child can actually have this hair for long, even with this method I'm using. Even when you do this method of not sewing with needle, of just doing this whole thing, the hairstyle will still last long. Trust me on that, okay? Because by the time I was trying to remove this thing, I had so much difficulty doing it. Like it was already tight, securedly there, okay? So that means it's going nowhere. This thing ain't going nowhere. It's definitely going nowhere. It can even last up to a week or more. But I didn't stop there. I wanted to be fuller, and I got more, like half of a bundle, and I added it and started wrapping around. This time I wanted to lift the bun a little, like I don't know how to explain it, like lift it a little, which was why I decided to add more. And I did just that, and voila, basically we are done. This is really easy. Like I said, you can achieve this in 30 minutes. If not the fact that I had camera on, I had to make sure, checking at intervals to make sure that we are in angle. I had lights on. I had to, do all of those things. This hairstyle wouldn't have even taken me up to 30 minutes. Like no jokes for real. Anyways, I continued slicking down her hair. I mean, it's a fussy hair, you know how fussy can be, but I had to slick it down. I used edge control, didn't use gel. I mean, I have gel, but I don't know. I just felt like gel can't hold her hair enough because her hair is very thick. I just felt like gel can't hold it enough. So I used edge control. I kept on brushing in. And after which I have some freeze up at the pony, and I had to securely tie it up again. You see all the tightness going on here? Yeah, you don't want your child to have this tightness on for so long. So I'll recommend your child having this hair on as long as the event she's having it for, okay, because of all the tightness, except you don't want it to be as tight as this. Yeah, you can actually go lighter with the hold so it's not very tight. And yeah, we are done. But I decided to go in with this got to be freeze spray for some extra hold, if that makes sense. And afterwards I brushed out the extension, which is very optional. You don't really have to, but I mean I had to. And guys, look at my baby girl. See how gorgeous this hairstyle turned out. Who would have thought that? This is like, I don't know, but yeah, it looks so gorgeous. It looks so gorgeous. I like it. Do let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you like it? What do you think? Are you gonna be trying it out? Do let me know. And I guess that brings us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed watching, do not forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel in case you haven't. And see you in my next one. Bye. Mwah.